work wasn't as impressive as we would hope it would be. But we'll see if that's going to end up being a factor or not. T1 starting on the defense. FaZe Clan currently on the attack. They're going to be making their way into that B site. There's the bad dash in. Landing inside his cloud burst allows him to escape the threats that were looming and waiting. babybay gets vertical and goes up into heaven right off the bat. Burst fires away at DaZeD. And that's a spike plant almost instantaneously in the round. A very fast pistol round coming out from FaZe.
Yeah, you went for a gamble 50-50. This time the battle on a retake at the catwalk. It's a trade-off, but Marv chimes in with 2. Brax coming inside with AZK. They're making it a 2 versus 0 after ZachaREEE picks.
They have that ability to branch off in either direction. We'll see what's going to happen here as babybay, again, is fast up. He's taking a shock dart down to 60 HP, goes to shut the door and wants to come down the back stairwell. Waiting for him is Skadoodle, but despite the fact that the flash was late, it doesn't matter. babybay is chewing apart the team currently playing defense on the B site. I'm not sure if that was a light armor buy that resulted in such fast deaths for the 2 members of T1 that were playing B-side defense, but I do feel like if you don't find a kill soon, you need to back off and save, as it's a 3v4, but you don't really have much to fight with. The buy coming through on that first full buy round is often somewhat awkward. They need to find that opener now.
Yeah, the retake is starting. Brax is here at the spawn side, and they're all there, actually. So this is a big position that's going to have to come from Market. And as he peeks out, Marv gets picked, and Spyder, a man of the hour yesterday on these retake plays on Ascent, will try to move forward. He gets a triple kill into this round, leaving Corey the last man standing. They overtake the site. They are able to get the defuse, and that is well done there for T1, but you got to give 2 positive things out of that round. The first one, babybay abilities to really try to stop babybay right now, who continues to hold his W. Look at him, he's already inside the site, dashing towards the air. Corey's right behind him, so both duelists are inside the site. T1's in a tight knit to try to go for this retake, but of course they're on an eco on their end. They're able to get the first kill, but it's still a man advantage for FaZe in the end.
It does seem somewhat interesting to use that ult and the utility to get into the site, given that it was just pistols here for T1, but at the same point in time, if you get it this early, you might as well use it because you're going to get it again.
Yeah.
ZachaREEee goes around the corner, and I mean, you can see what it did for them on the round as well. Brax picks off 1 more, despite the fact that they did spend quite a bit coming into it. They didn't change. They didn't really grow from that point. This is one of the bigger games we've seen from them in a while. And it's a nice start for them as well. A good crossfire from Spyder and Brax results in the death of Marv. We just talked about it, one of their key players. They're going to continue to try to push towards this A site where you've got babybay now going in first, up in hand. Look at the amount of bodies built up currently in Garden. There's a nice flick from babybay yet again. There is no one else on site. Everyone's playing towards Garden, and that's why Rawkus is able to peek out and take care of Brax. Now Spyder is there at the backup. AZK getting one through the smoke. It's come down to a 2-on-3. T1 in the control position. Nice dig shot coming up from AZK. I'm told he is the
positioning. You see where he's heading back for Rawkus. And there you go. They're going to push in towards this A sign. Let's see how T1's going to hold it.
babybay trying to fly in with the knives out. Not prepared for DaZeD, who's just waiting around the corner. Now DaZeD gets caught off guard, but it's a back and forth volley that brings things to this. 3-on-2, spikes down on site. Rawkus, that's unfortunate timing, tries to peek out wide, ends up taking a fall, Humpty Dumpty style. They're not going to be able to put him back together again. It's Corey now, left alone. I like the move. Shut the door and go on the other side. But there's a target right to his right, and AZK is not fooled. We'll see what happens here as FaZe changes their mind and tries to change gears and back off a little bit. T1, who was heading towards the A site, took that initial battle. It looked like we were going to see babybay move up a little bit further, and now he is. You can see that pushing across the map, but over in the B site, they get greeted by ZachaREEee, who catches a few classic bursts to the dome. Meanwhile, Brax clears out B main, and the B site's been cleared. Spike will be planted, and we'll see FaZe on the retake here in just a minute. The 3-on-4. Look at the health of a couple of these players on T1. You've got Brax, who's low. You've also got their Jet sitting low. That's Skadoodle. babybay to go in first. And there's the peek from Brax, but a quick turnaround from Corey, who goes for the self-heal. Now there's still a target right underneath Skadoodle, who's playing just around the corner by the big box in sight. Marv picks him off, and now it's down to the 1v1. It's DaZeD versus Marv. He's got the recon dart. That's brilliant, because it's going to spot out his position, and there's not much that Marv can do about that one. Really well.
There is still set up. as Rawkus and Corey are going out with the Owl Drone to try to spot things first. And they do see AZK, so that's going to have T1 rethinking. Oof. Definitely after those two killed.
Yeah. I mean, this is a little scary. FaZe, they come in with the buy and they just obliterate T1. So what little ground was gained is starting to disappear, but AZK with some quick shots has to swap over to a better rifle. Accidentally picks up the SMG first. Gonna get spotted out by the recon dart, has to be careful. Does have a flash, and you know he desperately wants to try and secure that plant, but not exactly safe currently. Does have rolling thunder. There is potential here for AZK. I like this fault line as well that comes through. Oh, that's so well played. AZK.
That's going to keep one player honest there. So you're looking for lots of trades happening on this mid side.
Smoke goes down from babybay to try to escape. There's Corey with the pickoffs in mid. We profiled Corey coming into this one. It's been lights out for FaZe all tournament long. Gets two before being taken out. babybay is going to sneak around the edge of this and is likely going to get the kill onto DaZeD. The timing almost worked against him. As you can see, DaZeD was starting to turn back, but with the low HP, it was still pretty much a guaranteed kill. Brax moving in. I think he thinks he saw the hand, and he did. You can see it for a second, and yeah, there's the drop-off after the shots come through. Cage 2-on-3. The recon dart comes out. They're grouping up currently inside B main. Tripwire coming out from Brax. There is one playing up on mid currently. Rawkus is going to use the Owl Drone to go in first. Might be able to spot this first player. Do they anticipate Brax, though, who's already pushed all the way up?
Perfect.
No, this is really well played. It's all going to come down to the timing, though. Can he get the kill onto this player, mark it, or spawn without being spotted by the other? So there's the first one he needed. Backsteps another, but he's got the best shot onto Rawkus. It's going to come down to this 1-on-2 now. It's Marved. Ult available, full HP, no armor. Spike goes down in the B site.
Shadows traveling.
Smoke to come out here as Marv is creeping on the sidewalk. You have T1 watching both angles, so it's going to be two individual 1 versus 1s. He gets the dink in the headshot onto Skadoodle. Back to a 1 versus 1 where Cypher peeks out. And he almost got caught, but Marv was had two nice taps towards that mid side 2 rounds ago. The nice one that we saw from Wine on that previous round. So they are still counting on him on this defender side to get things done as Arena with this Vandal. And babybay continues with the operator. He's been quiet, silent for a bit, but now he's trying to see and feel how T1's playing, and he's able to read that first kill.
He got off to an incredible start. Sure, it's been slow since then. Marv with a nice pickoff, not prepared for the player that's been waiting for him in the wine cellar.
30
That's
seconds
Spyder.
left.
Now, Spyder has the ult. Where does he decide to go? He goes to spawn, and they're going to hear that. So they're currently looking for him. Still able to get the best of Corey in the 1-on-1, which is surprising to say the least. DaZeD wants to move in, but he really needs his teammate to come through from the door first.
12 seconds.
12 seconds left. They need to move. This is that slow, methodical play. Currently crippling for T1. On the site is babybay, who finds another one. Spin it back to Brax.
Inside the A side, so ZachaREEE has to hold his ground towards the back help.
Yeah, that's really well played from DaZeD. Just a little bit of a bait. I like this updraft from babybay, getting up vertical over the short walls to try and spot them out. The fights are favoring FaZe currently as babybay tries to fly in. AZK with just an SMG. It's all down to Brax, who's found himself 2.
I know exactly
3 on the round, and there's one more target in his way. It's going to be Corey, who's sitting on full HP. Uses the Leer to get out. Sticks it for a moment. There's the camera coming in. There's the bait, but it doesn't matter. Corey is just too quick, and again, that's the HP differential. Corey was on full health coming into that 1v1. Double digits for FaZe Clan. They keep the lead within.
Who are currently walking towards that area. So if he doesn't show himself here,
30 seconds left.
especially with the fate that starts on this B side, this could be the round turning moment. But he walks back into A main. He's now spotted. The jig is up. They could split into A.
Blinding.
He almost got away, but he almost got spotted. It was kind of like both could have been terrible. If he held the angle, he might have been able to get one and escape. But this time, though, DaZeD takes care of the threat of Marved. Wasn't able to beat him in the last round of the 1v1 fight, but he is this time. And it looks like we could be going to overtime. It's a 2-on-4 retake, but don't count FaZe out. They've had some impressive retakes in the past. Spyder decides to get vertical, goes up on top, and has to watch out. The spam's coming through, and he's been dropped down low. The HP here is far from perfect for the remaining members of T1. The initial peek will come through from ZachaREEE, who's spotted from a player A main. That's Brax, who's just jiggle peeking currently. ZachaREEE spotted out, still gets the flick down onto DaZeD, trying to look for one more target, but they're getting flanked. ZachaREEE has to go for a fresh mag, swaps out to a new gun, pulls for the neural theft, pistol out, can't get it. We are going into overtime as we are...
It was forfeited from a stomp from FaZe in there. But on that pulse plant position, that was all thanks to Rawkus with that recon dart. Spotting both of them just sealed the deal for them.
T1 now finds themselves on the attacking side and at a player disadvantage, no less. Gonna be working at least towards A for the time being. The Owl drone will go in first. Look how far away the spike is, though. That's in Skadoodle's hands. It's across the map. Spyder goes for the shadow step into the site. This is not working out so well for them. It's down now to 2 as babybay wants to play with this smoke in A main and get around towards Wine Cellar. Skadoodle and AZK tasked with trying to revive the round. But at this point, it's all over. Skadoodle in a 1v5. He'd have to be able to pull off some serious heroics.
Sets them back, force them out of position, and look at how passively they're playing now, which allows T1 to take control of Hookah, and they're going to try to explode into the site now.
Here they go out onto the site. Corey's nade does enough damage to take out Spyder. Skadoodle with the quick shots coming out from the Classic has to be careful as babybay was still on site with a frenzy. So the boombot's going back and forth, patrolling the area, looking for targets, not gonna find
30
any.
seconds left.
DaZeD inside Hookah, working with Brax as well. And it's come down to the 2-on-2. You can see Marved is slowly sneaking in. The Classic burst, not exactly what Brax needed in that moment. The shadow step allows Marved enough. Like, there really wasn't anyone that cared to see it played, but we've seen Reyna slip its way into competitive meta, as has often been the case with some of the agents in the game. Even like Jet in the early stages when we were all kind of mocking Jet's usefulness. A large part of that was some changes that came through from Riot, but still. The 5-on-4 FaZe do have a player advantage. No Cypher currently alive, and now they lose their Jet. Skadoodle currently sitting in purgatory, waiting for the round to end. DaZeD does at least pick off one, but babybay is there with a double up on the response. That's 3 now on the round for babybay. Spyder all alone. Spike is down in possession of babybay, who wanted to go for an even more impressive 4K. Couldn't quite finish off Spyder, who's now sitting on low HP. But it's a 1-on-3 with 30 seconds left. Not really many options here for Spyder.
That's it. Rawkus. Yep.
Pick off coming in from babybay. Like you mentioned, babybay now hunting down the ace, and you know he wants it. Gets caught off guard. Doesn't matter. That's 4 now on the round for babybay, who's looking for the eco round ace. Can't quite get it. Spyder says, no, I'm not letting this happen. Now, this is exactly the start we saw from FaZe in map.
They're trying to spray it out, but there's going to be a counter to come through. And Hunter's Fury to come out, and it's still going to be Brax that gets the kill. No more tanks, but it's still map advantage, or should I say map control for T1 as they make it into the site and go for the plant. While the retake is attempted, they still have the hat to come out too. They are now spotted towards U-Haul. Brax is going to try to press forward, but Rawkus slowly is going to even things up, and we'll see if they could work it back. What do they have right now? They have the Owl drone from Rawkus inside U. They could still use that. They have the powerful operator to go for the trade, and it works out. The advantage swings back in favor of FaZe. babybay gets another one and goes for another kill. What is going on with this man?
He's feeling it. I mean, this is what we saw in map 1. It's almost verbatim. babybay always been their bread and butter. In fact, it looks like they haven't lost an attacking side half in the last couple of matches they've played through in the closed qualifiers for both UMG and Nerd Street Gamers. Marved waiting around the corner. Here's that showstopper pop. but it's Brax who's on the site, who's proving to be a nuisance. 3-on-2, and again, the A site's been lost.
Spike planted.
FaZe Clan's sprint at the start of this half may have ended already as T1 looks to grab another round. There's the showstopper being pulled from Corey. Quick flick back with the rocket, dodges the shot from DaZeD, and now Corey ends up on top of the APC. Dart not going to connect onto Corey, who's now going to change positions, looking for the remaining targets, and sticks the spike to at least get it halfway. Goes for the pull-off, and it's a double peek. Wouldn't have made a difference which direction he looks.
For the L drones, they give a chance for FaZe Clan to really just set up on any type of push that they had. And again, not clearing your angles is probably the detriment of that round.
Well, yet again, you see the aggression from FaZe. You've already got 2 players pushed through from B, but T1's on the A side, or at least trying to take control of it. Now, babybay getting aggressive with that up and showers, picks off Spyder. We talked about how important Spyder can be for this
I know exactly
T1 roster.
where you are.
babybay likely wanted to play with that smoke, but realizes after the neural theft comes through, it's an illogical decision.
Enemy tag.
Al Drone will put a dart into the planter, giving away his position. And, oh, okay. That's the planter going down. The nade came out. It was a fade away from Corey. I think he threw the nade and they started to rotate, expecting that they might try to take portal. You can see them actually backing off the play. But the nade gets the kill on the spike planter. They now have to recommit to that site. Brax is right around the corner, takes a shot through the wall from babybay. He's down to 57 HP. This man just does not miss currently. Now that's going to be difficult because he's low on health. Brax is sneaking away inside the showers, tries to peek back, and it all falls down to the 1v1. It's going to be Corey versus DaZeD. Another nade coming up from Corey as the paint shells pop. Tapping the spike, knows exactly where DaZeD is going to be. FaZe continue here. And that's going to be an 8th round for them on the defense.
I think
You're letting me down. 9-3. T1 desperately need to pick up this pistol round, or it's curtains for them. That said, they still qualify for the event, so it's not the end of the world, but they would love to have that higher seed.
And at this point, it just continues. Pushing forward is babybay. He opens up B side, but you saw that double push teleporter.
Spike planted.
And now they just take control of hookah back for the defender side. Camera is up, spike is planted inside tuna can, but it's still T1 that has the upper hand in terms of manpower on this retake. Spyder the first to jump in and try to bait out the shots because he's low on HP. Well, the HP doesn't matter when you're shooting like that. Back on the defuse, T1 stays alive, and, you know, the eggs you were talking about here, Bach, it was at a point where it's about to get boiled. Things were getting hot here for T1. They open up towards the site. You already have from the shadows that spawn. What is Brax looking at? His death. Headshot it now by Marv. Marv continuing to push spawn. A second kill onto Spyder, so a 5 versus 2. We're looking to seal the deal at a 13-4.
It's down to just one more player. It's DaZeD, and he's trying to do what he can, but it's not going to be enough. FaZe Clan